NAACP says it is launching an investigation into a police officer's use of force on a Round Rock student last week. This is video of Thursday's incident. That officer was caught on camera putting his hands around the student's throat and then taking him down to the ground. Today, the civil rights organization said this is a case of police brutality. The head of the NAACP says the officer should not have used any force because the teenager wasn't fighting the officer. He says he's also frustrated the officer was not placed on administrative leave. Round Rock police tell us the officer, Rigo Valles, was reassigned away from that school. Now, one local parent says she's worried about her son attending Round Rock High School.
His plan was to come here for high school. If that's his plan, and now we're facing this, how do I reassure him for his safety, and how do I know that he's going to be in a good environment?
She says she wants to see officers get more training and education about how to treat children at school. Today, we found out from Round Rock Police, school resource officers go through a 40-hour course before they work on school campuses. But Austin ISD police do a lot more. Their officers take part in months of training. KXAN's Phil Prazen tagged along with an officer to see what they face on a daily basis.
Yes, sir. Everything's good.
School resource officer Brian Platt says 12 years under his belt. 4 years here at AISD.
It's that working relationship with the students and staff.
On a normal day, he patrols the halls of Travis High, interacts with kids, and fills out paperwork.
We have an AISD-wide system that can tell us what kids are going to what school and so forth.
This time, it's 2 suspensions for fighting and 1 social welfare call.
We're not just law enforcement, traditional law enforcement. We're more than that in a school setting. We're part of the educational process.
Chief Eric Mendez tells me all SROs undergo 16 weeks of training when they're hired and 2 weeks every year after to hone their skills.
It helps.
Officers like Platt's undergo training in mentoring, mediation, mental health, and cultural diversity. The entire goal is to keep kids in the school, not to take them out of class for punishment.
And turn it into a learning moment. We look for alternative solutions other than arrest to help the child stay in the educational environment.
If all goes well, he says, students shouldn't even notice Officer Platts.
The officers are visible, but not recognized. The kids see them, the kids move past them, they realize who they are, they may say hi, but there's no fear that they're there. There's no concern that there's officers on campus.
At Travis High School, Phil Prazen, KXAN News.
And Chief Mendez says patience is a skill school resource officers have to have in order to deal with students who are still growing and discovering how to be adults. Right now, Austin ISD police have dozens of school resource officers in place. Every high school has 2 officers and every middle school has 1. Last year, they started rotating the officers on a yearly basis to learn about all of the communities in the Austin area.